the fullest maximum points that I'm able to in this section, right? When they take that information off the report, put it through their algorithm, if I have $1,000 of credit available to all my credit cards, store cards, prepaid cards are not on here, they want to make see my balance is less than 300. People ask me all the time, Richard, what can I do to increase my score? Right? This is one of the first 4 or 5 things we talk about. If you have credit cards, great. Get that balance under 30%. Right? If you have $10,000 available, you want to be under $3,000. Right? So that's the magic thing. And it's funny what happens because of the algorithm and the scoring system. The minute you go above 30%, you will see your score drop. You make a payment at the end of the month and go below 30%, that score is going to drop right back up. The score is a very fluid metric. It will change on a daily basis. Right? Most of the time it stays relatively the same number, but it will change. So that's it. Number 50, the next part, that's 15%. That's my yellow pie wedge up there. That is the average age of my accounts. How long have I been doing the right thing? Right? So that's average age and what it looks like and what it has is, have I been doing the right thing for a while? How long have I had credit? Right? How many of y'all are NFL fans? 2 of you? How many? Oh, okay. Let's see. I think some people just don't want to raise their hand. That's all right. Right? When you go looking, you're looking at drafting players. They don't just look at one game's tape. Right? They interview the players. They go through and do a combine and check it out. So they want lots of information. They want to see all those things. Same thing about credit. They want to look at average length. How much information do they have on you and what does it look like? Okay? The next part is also credit mix, which is going to be 10%, is have I had a credit card before? Have I had a student loan? Have I had a car loan? Right? People would say, Richard, so should I go take out and borrow a whole lot of debt to increase this go up? The answer is no. Right? At the same time, if you use different types of debt responsibly, it will reflect what it looks like. Right? And then the last piece of it, or the 5th piece of it, is we're looking at this, my blue wedge up there. That's going to be my inquiries, and that's when you ask hard pull, soft pull, and we're going to get on this. It will count a hard pull against me. That's how many times I have gone and applied for credit. Okay? That's if I apply for a cell phone, if I apply for utilities, if I apply for Kohl's store card, if I apply for a Capital One card, a Discover It card, whatever it is, every single time I apply, that notches and says, yes, I have applied for credit. Okay? It's 10% of the score, or 55 points. They stay on your report for 2 years. We know we're going to do things and we're going to transact business, so if you have a few on there, it's okay. If you have a whole lot on there, what do you think that tells someone who might lend you money?
You're desperate.
There you go. You think about it, right? If your buddy comes up to you and says, hey, can I get $50? And you know that they've asked every single other person you know in the past 3 weeks for $50, are you more likely or less likely to say yes? Sure. Because you're like, I don't know what you're doing with the money. You might owe all those other people money. Well, they already said no too for something. And I might not know why they said no. But, you know, they can say no. I'm safe playing on that side. So that's a hard inquiry you're applying. And again, it's not bad to do. People who say, so I should never apply for it. That's not the message. 4, 5, 6 a year, we're good. They're going to fall off every 2 years. So they rotate fairly quickly through. Soft pulls was the other type of pull.
So the one you just said right now was?
Hard pull. Hard. Soft pull, that's the other type. It does not impact your score. Okay? Soft pull is, right? I'm looking at my own credit so I can understand what's on it. Family Houston, we work with people day in and day out. We pull people's credit reports with them day in and day out. We have a relationship with TransUnion. It is a soft pull. It does not count against their score. How many of y'all have ever got a letter or a card that says you're pre-approved for a credit card in the mail?
Too much.
Capital One, they do it every single month.
Yeah.
Right? You see it. And the reason why they do it every month is because, oh, I want a credit card. I need a credit card. Oh, Capital One. You have to mail every single day, and I keep throwing away that now I'm ready, right? So that's what they do. That's a soft pull. What Capital One does. What zip code am I in right now?
07704.
012. Perfect. Capital One will go and say, Credit report agencies. I want everybody in zip code 77012 with a credit score between 600 and 710, and they buy that data from the credit reporting companies. And Capital One, they run them through and they send out all that information to you. And then you get pre-approved. That's a soft pull. They ran it, they compared it, but you haven't applied. Now if you call Capital One up and say, yeah, Capital One, I want some of that $50,000 that you're offering me on credit right now, now it's a hard pull, right? So when my daughter got the one, somehow her name ended up on the list, right? That the credit reporting agencies got or Capital One got. But when she called to apply, they were like, oh, you don't have a job. So they didn't run the hard pull. That's how it works. Yes, ma'am?
So how do they get your social, if you have to have your social to run that credit? How do they get your social? I know you said they buy this data from wherever they buy it from. But then how they get you the person social security?
The credit reporting agencies have them, and they do not get the social from it. That's why when you do a hard pull, they try. Because all they get from the credit reporting agencies is name, address, credit score in that range.
Oh, okay.
And they send it. They don't have your social and your date of birth and all that. So that's why when you actually go and apply, guess what you do? You got to put in your social, the date of birth, because they want to confirm it's you. You got to put in your employer, how much money you make, and some of those other things too. Great questions. See, I told you we were going to be talking about that. Some fun. So that is what the inquiries is, and that makes it up. Now what it looks like.
So every time, so every time that you apply, like for a credit card at any place, but you don't have credit, then it lowers your credit?
Funny, isn't it? Yes and no. It will lower it a little bit, and it will stay on there for a minute and a half. Most of the time, if you're applying for credit and you have zero, well, let's this, is zero, and I may be jumping ahead 3 slides, but that's okay. Is zero credit or bad credit worse?
Bad credit worse. The same, they're the same.
Zero
I think no credit history is worse than bad credit history.
I think they're the same.
Oh, so it's the same. I mean, I know
It's the same. Zero credit and no bad credit.
Because you have to have some.
Yeah, zero credit is worse. Can it be negative?
See, that's a fun question to ask, because I think some of you answered all 3 of those things just to make sure you're on the winning team. Right? Y'all did. Zero. No, bad. No, they're the same. No, I said the right answer regardless. It's all good, right? So let's think about it like this. You have a friend that comes up and says, I'm going to meet you for coffee. Right? And you don't know anything about it. Right? Okay.
They might not.
You're okay. What if a friend has stood you up 15 times and says, come, I'm going to meet you for coffee. Are you expecting them to show up?
No.
No credit means I do not know what you're going to do. You're okay. If we have a lower credit score, that tells me someone give you an opportunity and they're not working out. Okay? It's much more difficult to increase a score that's lower than to go from no credit up high. Okay? The process is similar, but having lower credit to get it up to where you would want to be or where you qualify for what I would call prime loans, okay, can take a little bit longer. Right? And it makes sense when we think about it. But to get there is the same. So I understand the logic behind why that might be the same thing too. Right? So here's the question. So what do I do, Richard? Great, you gave me all this information. We looked at it. Fantastic, wonderful. Here's what the important things are to do. Look at your credit report. Talk to someone about it. Annualcreditreport.com is what the government set up. It is a free place for you to get your report. You will not get your score for free. Okay? Just going to throw it out. But you get your report, and then you can look on it and say, is this mine or is it not? I was meeting with a gentleman in my office, and he was trying to get approved for a loan, and they kept telling him that he was dead. So I'm like, what do you mean he's dead? So he called up, and he says, hey, I'm trying to prove for this. I heard that there's an issue with my vitality. I want to let you know I'm alive, and I have someone else here who can verify that I'm alive. Right? So if we think about it, so he was saying that what ended up happening was that as he was going forward, him and his dad had the exact same name, and their social security numbers were the same except for 2 numbers were reversed, just like that. So they had his dad that was like 123, alive, kicking well, working in the job, and they had him at like 58, dead, whatever the age difference was. So there can be mistakes on the credit report. Someone that works at Family Houston came in, got denied for a credit card that they were applying for. Says, Richard, everything should be fine. Why was I denied? Let's look. She had a $60,000 car on her credit report that was repoed. I said, that's why you're repossession. That's not mine. Right? She's getting defensive against me. That's not mine. I said, okay. I believe you. I also know exactly what your credit report's saying, and this is what they're looking at, right? To deny you. Well, I found out somebody with a very similar name applied for it. They plugged it in. They had the same birthday, even though Social Security's didn't match. Somebody did not do their diligence on the backside, and her report and her report said the right person's. She was able to clear it up. You need to look at it to make sure it's what it goes, right? They say over 80% of credit reports have errors on them. Okay, that's true. Almost a lot of the errors are in a name being misspelled, or an address being misspelled, or I applied to get into an apartment here, but I decided not to go there and I went somewhere else, and it says I lived at that apartment complex, right? So there's some things like that that are not 100% correct, right? But sometimes there's big errors. But go and look to see what it is. Annual credit report does not cost you anything to do. If you want to walk through with somebody, let me know. Okay? We're happy to do that and share with you Family Houston what we do. We're a partner with Capital Idea. We've been a partner for years. Okay? At the same time, freecreditreport.com is not free. It is free when you sign up for their monitoring service that costs money a month. They're not good or bad. I'm not here to advocate for or against them. I'm just wanting to let you know what it is. Other places that are free where you can check a report and a score, similar, Credit Karma, Credit Sesame, and Quizzle, Q-U-I-Z-Z-L-E, are 3 agencies out there that you can sign up for, and you can look at your report and your score, and it will give you some things. They're all really cool. Okay? I've opened up an account with all 3 of them because I never like to tell people about things that I'm not familiar with. Right? So that's what it looks like. So look at the credit report annually. Other things you can do to help increase your scores you're going through looking at is pay your bills on time. And if you cannot make a bill on time, call them up, let them know. It's not going to get paid on time if you call them or not, but if they can do something for you there, so it doesn't hit on there, you only have one way to go that's positive. It's a tough call to make them with you. And I understand that. Other things that you can do, right? We're going to that credit utilization, get it below 30%. Most people know how much they owe. Very few people know how much credit they have available to them, unless they're the same number. Right? I can't charge anything else because I'm maxed out. Cool, we think you've got both numbers. Right? There's nothing wrong with that. It's what it is. Here's some other things, right? Using credit widely. Borrow for school, homes, cars. That's one thing people say. Know what you can afford to spend. I know a lot of people that take a credit card out for an emergency, and then they have a bad day, so they go buy something. And then they have a good day, so they're going to celebrate, and they buy something. And then they pass an interesting store. It's an emergency. I don't know when I'm going to pass this store again. So what do? They buy something. That's what we do. And you laugh a little bit, but it's a half nervous laugh because you know you've done it before, and that's okay. All right? Just be thinking about it. You know, if we want to establish credit, we don't have any. We always talk about getting a secured credit card. I'm not going to go into exactly what the difference is. But get a credit card with a small limit and put gas on it for your car, put groceries on it for it, pay it off full at the end of the month. And there's so many people that say, oh cool, now I've got $2,000 I can spend this month more, and I'll just make small payments going back forward. That's true, you do. It's also real expensive, right? And every single time you have that payment, that eats into that cash flow that you have coming in each month. Right? And going out. Have an emergency savings. It's funny, I'm here to talk about credit, but have an emergency savings. Yeah, life is going to happen to all of you. Okay? If y'all drive a car, I don't care how much you spend with it, what year it is, it's going to break. And there's never a good time for the car to break, right? It always breaks at the worst time, regardless of this. It's going to break. If you're breathing, you're going to get sick. You're going to miss a day of work, you're going to miss a day of school. Right? If it's self-inflicted sick because you had a really, really good Saturday night, that's on you all. Okay? On the other side of it, you're going to get sick. If you have kids, they're going to get sick 4 times as often as you're going to be. Like I mentioned, I have 4. I swear they all sick all the time. Right? One gets sick, you go and shove all of them in the closet for 30 minutes. Y'all get it now, just kidding. Children, don't be calling no one. But at the same time, right, it's the truth. It's going to happen to us. We're going to have emergencies. So having a small emergency savings account is part of it. Dan will be here to talk about what savings looks like and some really cool things about it here coming up. Someone else knows. If you have a credit card plan to pay it off that month, think about it. Sometimes you will not be able to. I'll hit you in a second. Right? If I need to get a car payment, or sorry, a car repairs, and I have a credit card, and I spend it, and it's going to take me 2 or 3 months to pay, fantastic, but I have a plan for how it's going to work. Right? And I'm paying it off quickly, and apply for credit as you need it. Right? Ooh, look at this, right? Everyone, you see the movies, right? Someone comes and drinks, and the guy walks up to the bar traditionally, hey, let me buy you a drink, and he pulls out like 6 cards to try to impress the woman. How many of you guys are in here? 1? If it doesn't work, don't do it. You're just going to get yourself in trouble, right? Right? But at the same time, just do that. But yes, you had a question.
I have a question on the
Yes,
credit cards.
Yes, ma'am.
What if, like for example, what are the advantages and disadvantages if you pay off the debt and you close out the account?